Morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? And we are back just like that. We are back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? I'm gonna wait on you guys to double tap on that screen. Come on in the room this morning. Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's your favorite online motivational speaker. It's your favorite online life coach. And as promised, man, y'all know it goes down every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have our hour of motivation. If you see me looking left to right, right to left, just know that I got my TikTok going over here. I got my IG going over here, or maybe it's vice versa. I got my IG going over here and my TikTok over there. But just know that we are live right now, live in action. How y'all doing this morning? Go ahead, double tap on that screen, tap, 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 tap. Come on in the room. How y'all doing this morning? How are you guys doing this morning? Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. How you doing, Lynn? I see you tapping back in. There you go, Lily. How you doing this morning? Y'all come on in the room, Inspiring Queen. I see you this morning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what we've been talking about all week long. Friends say, and we are back. That's a fact, baby. That's a fact. And y'all know what this week's topic has been about what? I got to keep my heart. So starting from Monday, you know what I'm saying? Starting from Monday, we came in hot and we came in heavy because we've been discussing what I got to protect my heart. We've been breaking down while it's important for you to be able to protect your heart, making sure that you understood the components of your heart and what it is that you needed to be mindful of, because the enemy is always going to do what? He's always going to be finding some type of way, shape, or form to be able to interrupt your flow or interrupt your transition. Why? Because that's what he wants, right? Because if he can do what? If he can stop your transition, that's right. If he can stop your transition, then he can also stop your transformation. If the enemy can stop your transition, then he also can do what? He can stop your transformation. He can stop you from becoming the great that you're supposed to becoming. He can stop you or stunt you from keeping you from doing what? Being able to pursue your purpose, from you being able to live up to your fullest potential. And at the end of the day, you have to also understand that that's what his goal is. His goal is to keep you from being able to create your true authentic self. His goal is to stop you from pursuing your purpose. What is my purpose, coach? It's the reason in which I was even created. So the enemy's job is to do what? Interrupt my transition so that he can stop my transformation. Right? Yeah, I said that. I wanted to say that slowly because I want to make sure that, yeah, for my newcomers, I need for you to understand, what are we talking about? I got to keep my heart. Part of me keeping my heart is also knowing that I got to be mindful of the way that the enemy operates. I got to be mindful of his tactics, because one thing's for sure, two things for certain, is that he's always busy. He has no days off. And because he has no days off, we cannot afford to have any days off either. Come on, double tap on my screen for me real quick. Double tapping on the screen real quick. Come on in the room. You might as well. It's going to be tight, but it's going to be right. I'm going to go from Monday to Friday real quick. That's what I got to make sure that you do it. Yeah, we got to understand that. You got to understand that the enemy always wants, because last week when we talked about I'm on the move, when we spoke about I'm on the move, I broke down what the transition was and what the enemy's goal was to distract you, to keep you from pursuing that purpose, right? So when we came into this week, starting on Monday, I said we got to keep our heart. One of the first things that you got to understand is this right here, that some of us have the call of first. What do you mean by that, coach? Some things in some areas of your life, you're waiting on somebody to make that step before you. You're waiting on somebody to go before you, somebody to create that lane for you, and that they will never be able to do that. The person that you're waiting on is you. You have to be that generational curse breaker. You have to be that person that steps up to the plate and actually makes that happen. You have to be the trailblazer inside of your family. Some of you are waiting on other people, and really the person that you need to be waiting on is you, because everybody else is comfortable in that state. Come on, I'm just running through Monday real quick. Everybody else is comfortable in that state. They're comfortable with dealing with what they're dealing with. They don't have no complaints. And the only person that is bothered by what's going on, the reason why you so annoyed, why you so frustrated, why you walk into that family function and you ready to air it all out, the reason why you can walk into that job when you know that you're not being treated correctly, you're not being, poured into and taken care of the way that you're supposed to, the reason why it bothers you is because it bothers you because you have the call of first. So you can't just sit up under foolishness. You can't just tolerate less than what you deserve. And that's why people are always looking at you, what, crazy? They always looking at you crazy. They always looking at you sideways because you have the call of first. I can't just sit around and take no any and everything. I can't just play nice to get along. I can't just blend in with everybody else, because that's not how when you have the call of first, it's certain things that other people gonna be cool with that ain't gonna sit well with you. It's gonna be stuff that other people gonna be doing. It just won't sit well with you. Why? Because you have the call of first. Yeah. I need for you to understand how important that is, right? So part of me explaining that to you is also putting you in that position where you have to also understand that inside of my heart, you got to know that this right here, what I tell you guys, that the heart is the place where the mind, the will, and the center of your emotions, right? That's where all of that resides, right there in the heart. And that's the reason why the enemy is always trying to attack you in those areas. He always wants to attack what? He wants to attack the mind, because he wants to distract you from what it is that you're supposed to be pursuing. He wants to attack your mind, because he wants to distract you and make you think, hey, look, this is what I need for you to do. This is what I need you to be focusing on. I need you to focus on this pain. I need you to focus on this hardship. I need you to focus on what's going wrong in your life. Because if you focus on what's going wrong in your life, then you're not going to pay attention to any of the things that's going right in your life. What did you say, Coach? The enemy wants to distract your mind. Understand that if he can keep your mind hostage when what's going wrong in your life, then you're never going to focus on the things that's going right in your life. So what you'll do is you'll spend days, you'll spend months, you'll spend years bamming on closed doors. You'll spend days, you'll spend months, you'll spend years doing what? Crying over missed moments. That's how you will spend your time, instead of you even acknowledging the new doors that's open, and instead of you acknowledging the new opportunities that's coming your way left and right. You will never see those things, because the enemy has your mind so distracted on the things that you miss, that you've been carrying that same trauma, that same hurt, that same betrayal, that same letdown, those same broken relationships. You would carry them year after year after year and not even realize that you've been damaging yourself, and not even realize that you are the reason why you're still hung up. You're the reason why you're not growing. You're the reason why you're not evolving. You're the reason why you're not living your best life. And here you are blaming other people, pointing the finger at other people, holding other people accountable. But the truth of the matter is, you will be able to grow if you let that baggage go. You will be able to grow if you walk away from those relationships and situationships that's no longer beneficial to you, that's not pouring into you, that's not able to reciprocate, that's not able to pick up what it is that you're putting down. If you move away from all of that dead weight, those things that's no longer adding any value to your life, then you will free up space for some of your new. But the reason why you can't get your blessing, you can't get your breakthrough, you can't get to the level that you deserve to be at, is because you're still distracted with your past. You got to be willing to let that go. You got to be willing to say, you know what? I got to take back my mind. Because as long as the enemy has my mind, then he has me. As long as the enemy is holding on to my mind and got me focused on things that I no longer need, then he's stunning my growth. Then he's stifling my feet. Then I'm not living up to my fullest potential. I'm not walking in my purpose. I'm not operating in my calling, because I'm wrapped up over here, distracted by minute things. Right? What we talked about on Wednesday, we talked about the mind is a place of thoughts. This is where I think thoughts at. I think my thoughts over here inside my mind. But what about my will? My will lies in my heart. Understand that. What you say, Coach? I said my mind is a place of thoughts. You think a lot of thoughts all day long, but where does your will lie? Your will lies within your heart, because it says the heart is the mind, the will, and the center of your emotions. Your mind and your will are connected. You understand that. You think a lot of thoughts, but until you apply your will to those thoughts, then those thoughts are powerless. They don't have any power until you start applying the will to it. You have to be willing to do the right thing. You have to be willing to work towards your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health. You got to be willing to walk away from the broken relationship. You have to be willing to cut ties with the family members that just refuse to do right, not do right. You have to be willing to walk away from the job that is not really fulfilling, that's not really paying the bills, to go find a new one. Your thoughts are just thoughts until you apply some will to it. As long as you're not willing to make a move, as long as you're not willing to break away, as long as you're not willing to do something different, then you will always settle for what you have. The mind is the place of thoughts, but your will is the place of your decision making. Come on, I'm just running through the notes so y'all can so y'all can catch up to where I'm going to. I'm going through this so y'all can catch up to where I'm going through. That's why the Bible puts so much emphasis on, that's why the Bible puts so much emphasis on making sure that you guard your heart. That's the reason why the Bible harps so much on making sure that you guard your heart, that you protect your heart, that you watch your heart, which means what? I ain't got no business playing hot potato with my heart. My heart ain't got no business being on my sleeve. Everybody don't have no business having access to my heart. Why? Because my heart plays a major role in my development. My heart plays a major role in my growth, in my elevation, in my joy, in my peace, in my happiness in life. What you say? You ain't got no business out here allowing everybody to have access to your heart, to be able to play hot potato with your heart. Y'all got a lot of folk right now that's out there juggling with your heart. And why do you say that? Because they play with your emotions left and right. That's right. They toy with your emotions. If the heart is the place, the center of your emotions, and you are still allowing people to emotionally manipulate you, then what are you doing? You're allowing people to juggle with your heart. I'm gonna wait. Thank you, Kira. Yeah, I'm on Wednesday's notes right now. I went through Monday. I'm on Wednesday because when I get to Friday, it's gonna make I'm showing you all week long. This the summary. What you say, Coach? I just need for you to know what you saying. When I say the heart is the center of your emotions, and I say that you got a lot of people right now that they're juggling with your heart, because what they're doing is they're toying with your emotions. They emotionally manipulating you. They come into your life and they say what they behave like a plum fool up in your life. They do all these different things, in your life. And then the moment that you say, I no longer want the relationship, I no longer want the friendship, I no longer want the familyship, I no longer want to be connected. Why? Because you have begged them for so long to act right. You begged them for so long to do right. You begged them so long to honor you, to value you, to see you. Understand that you beg for simple things, minute things, small things, minor things, the basic minimum. You begged for those things for so long, and they made it so hard, so difficult that they couldn't even give you the bare minimum. And now that you're saying that I'm walking out, now that you say it's two finger swinging, now that you say that I no longer want the relationship, you can go ahead and take that little bond and go ahead on about your business. You can take that little relationship and all the memories that's connected to it, and you can go ahead and be about your business. The moment that you start saying that, then all of a sudden they manipulate you by doing what? All of a sudden doing all the same things that you've been begging them to do for years, for weeks, for months. Now all of a sudden that they can do it, and then they get into your mind and start thinking, well, maybe am I making the wrong decision by disconnecting? Am I making the wrong decision? Maybe I should give them another try. Maybe I should do this and maybe I should do that. I just want you to understand that that's the enemy operating right then and there. What are they doing? They're juggling with your heart. They're toying with your emotions. They're emotionally doing what? Manipulating you right then. And you have to become wise to the enemy's tactics so that you can have the advantage and not him. What are you saying, Coach? I'm so glad you asked, but I'm gonna wait on y'all. I'm gonna wait on y'all to double tap on my screen. I don't want to get all the way to the end of this and then we fighting to get 600K on the likes. I need y'all to double tap on the screen. I need y'all to friends say you hit the bell on the head. Let me get 5 badges, IG. Go ahead, double tap on my screen. I don't want to get to the end and we over here at 300K. Cause hit double tapping on the screen is free. I need y'all to double tap on that screen. I need us to get it on up. Get it on up. That ain't gonna cost you nothing right there. Double tap on the screen. What you doing? I'm running through every Monday, what we do, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm right here on TikTok and Instagram. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm right here on Instagram and TikTok. And you guys are getting your hour of motivation every single day. And what we're doing right now, we on Wednesday's notes. We just ran through Friday, so now we on Wednesday. Thank you, Fear. Appreciate that badge. Double tap on that screen. Double tap on that screen. Y'all at 43.5K on TikTok. I see y'all. Double tap on that screen. Let's get it on up. I just need for you to understand, because I'm going to break it down. What are they doing? They're emotionally manipulating you. They juggling with your heart. They playing with your heart right there. Friends say the summary, baby, the summary be fire every single time. I think the summary be so fire, friend, because I've been there, went over these notes, and not only am I drilling them into you, I be drilling them into myself as well. I have to go over them, because sometimes you have to understand that people hear these notes the first time, they hear it the first time, but when you say it the second time, it awakens something else in them. And when they hear it the third time, it's like, wait a minute, I caught something else. And then by the the time the end of the week come and I've been and polished it all the way out, they'd be like, yep, I knew that's what she was saying. Yep, I had to get that right there. I have to break it down so that you can understand. I need for you guys to become wise to the enemy's tactics so that you can have the advantage and not him. Understand that that's right, but that's right, friend. Repetition is all about repetition. Every single thing that you do, if you do it every single day, you drilling it into yourself every single day, it becomes a routine for you. If you hear it every single day, it's pushed into your mental every single day, then what will happen is when things start happening in your life and things start coming up, then you will become wise to it. As soon as it happens, you'll be like, nah, coach told me about that. Well, as soon as it happened, you will be able to go to a scripture. As soon as it happened, you'll be able to go right back to your notes. And in that moment, what you're doing is you're creating a healthier response to a traumatic experience. That's a fact. What you're doing, you're creating a healthier response to a traumatic experience. Before you will fall out and you didn't know what to say, you didn't know what to do. But then you'll go back to your notes. Oh yeah, I know this. I can identify the enemy now. I can call him out on his tactics now. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to distract me. You're trying to pull me out of alignment. You're trying to stop my transition. That's what it be doing. Yeah, come on now. I'm going back. Y'all ain't gonna take me out there. I'm going back to my note. What I'm telling you when I say that people are juggling with your emotions because they double tapping now. They almost there at 67K. I had to make sure they got them lights up over here. Double tap on that screen. What happens when you are begging somebody to do right and you're running after them to do right and you're breaking it down for them over and over and over, and you spend all these weeks, you spend all these months, you spend all of these years, and they act like they don't understand what it is that you're saying, and the only thing that you're accepting from them or wanting from them is the basic minimum, and they act like it's so hard for them to give it to you. But then the moment that you decide that I no longer want you, I no longer want the relationship, the friendship, the whatever relation that we had, I'm no longer dealing with you in any type of capacity, then all of a sudden they jump in and they start doing all the things that you've been begging them to do all along. You cannot be bamboozled by that. You cannot be hoodwinked by that. You cannot be finessed by that. I want you to understand that that right there is just the trick of the enemy. And why do you say that, coach? Because they said that the heart is the center of your emotions, and what that individual or those individuals are doing is they're toying with your emotions. Now they're giving you what you've been wanting all that time because they're trying to see if I can manipulate you back into the relationship, if I can manipulate you back into the friendship, if I can manipulate you back into the familyship. Because once you start pulling away, do not be ignorant to the fact that those people feel that loss. Yeah. You thinking that they want you, they don't want you. They want the service that you provide. You can put that in your notes. What you say, you thinking that they want you, they don't want you. They want the service that you provide. And the moment that you started pulling back, the moment that you started taking away all that access, the moment that they started losing those benefits, the moment that you wasn't blowing up that phone, you wasn't texting, you wasn't calling, you wasn't sending those 4-page letters, the moment that you start finding yourself again and becoming that person to yourself that you had been to them all of that time, then all of a sudden what happens is they're no longer having those services. You're no longer giving me that attention. I don't have your attention the way that I had it before, and they start to feel that loss. And that's why it's important for you to make sure you have those blinders on. That's why it's important for you to make sure that you're locked in, because people feel it when they're starting to lose you. And then all of a sudden they try to finesse you and make you think and emotionally and mentally manipulate you into thinking that maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I should give them another try. Maybe I should see if we can work it out. Well, they're trying to get right now. And what happens is they suck you right back into that black hole. Hey, go to the gym right here. If they can do it now, they could have did it then. Yeah, put your steel toe shoes on, baby. Yeah, that's going to be tight, but it's right. What you say, coach? If they can do it on your way out the door, they could have been doing it all along, which means what? That means that you were choosing to treat me poorly. You was choosing to walk me like a dog. You was choosing to belittle me, to slander me. You were very much aware of the pain that you were causing me in my life, the turmoil that you were creating in my life. You knew how hard, how difficult that you were and you still did it anyway. And you think that come on, that's the gem right there. And you think that I'm going to be crazy enough, that I'm going to be gullible enough, weak-minded enough to let you come back and and do it all. Yeah, come on, friend. Thank you so much for that badge. I appreciate you. You think I'm going? That's what you got to understand. That if they could do it now, then they could have done it all along. If they could do it right now, then that means that they made a decision within themselves that said, I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to treat you like you deserve to be treated. I'm not going to honor you. I'm not going to value you. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. They made a decision within themselves to say that they wasn't going to do that until they started to see that you had established those boundaries, until they seen that you were no longer playing with them, until they seen that wait a minute, I'm about to take a serious loss, because yes, I tell her or I tell him that they don't add no value to my life, but the truth of the matter is I'm only surviving because of the connection that I have with them. I only got a roof over my head because of them. I only have reliable transportation because of them. I only got food in my belly because of them. Yep. Okay, well, I'm just saying, because y'all know it. Y'all know y'all got a child, but some of y'all mate is just as much of your child as it is your child. Yeah, I ain't gonna do too much. Because that ain't the topic today. But yeah, some of y'all talking about y'all adult kids, but y'all ain't talking about how y'all trying to raise a man and a woman over there. Y'all don't want me to talk about that. Y'all don't want me to get on that, because that's gonna be a whole nother topic. We'll get to that a later date. But some of y'all act like it's y'all job to be Bob the builder, Barbara the builder, Brenda the builder. Y'all out here building up folk left and right. And I need for you. I'm not understanding that for me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just not my thing to do. But you out here, oh yeah, well, I'm going to make them great. No, what you're going to do is make them codependent on you. What you're going to do is enable them in their behavior. What you're going to do is take on more than what you're able to do. And then you're going to sit and cry later. That's what you're going to do. Hello, somebody. But I'm going to stick to the topic. But I'm just trying to tell you that emotional manipulation is real. Understand that emotional manipulation is real, and you can't be bamboozled by that. And that's the reason why they put so much emphasis on making sure that you're protecting your heart at all costs. They put so much emphasis on the heart because that's where your mind, that's where your will, that's where the center of your emotions, everything is right there in your heart, which means I can't afford to allow everybody to have that access to my heart. My heart can't afford to be on my sleeve. My heart cannot afford to be out here bouncing from one hand to the next. This ain't hot potato over here. This is a serious matter. My heart plays a major role in my development. Understand that. So yeah, I got to be careful with this. I got to guard this just like I will guard any other valuable thing in my life. I have now understand through this teaching all week that it's also important that I protect my heart. 2 Corinthians 4:16 says you can lose a lot of things, but don't lose your heart. I'm paraphrasing. Understand, but what 2 Corinthians actually says is don't lose your heart. The street poet version say you can lose a lot of stuff, but don't lose your heart. Yeah, that's right. I can lose a lot of stuff, but I'm not about to lose my heart. You can go, that can go, and that go. But one thing I'm not about to do, I'm not about to lose my heart. Why? Because I understand now that my failures will not be fatal as long as I still have the same heart posture. What do you mean by that, coach? You got to break that down. As long as anything that your heart is attached to, you're still willing to work at. Anything that your heart is still in, you're willing to work at it. As long as your heart is in it, then you're still connected to it. Let's just think about it for a second, right? Anything that your heart is still in, no matter what somebody say to you, no matter how much disrespect that you see, no matter how much they done lied, they done cheated, they done manipulated, they done did everything up under the sun, people can talk to you until their tongue hurt. You will not leave until what? Your heart is no longer in it. That's why folks say, I ain't gonna have that conversation with you again. When you're ready to leave, you will leave. When you get tired of it, then you will leave. That's the reason why people say that, because as long as your heart is still in something, then you're still gonna work at it. You're still gonna give it another chance and another chance and another chance in spite of what anybody is saying. So I need for you to understand that, yeah, as long as your heart is still involved in a situation, she said, break it down psychologically for the people. Baby, I got you. I'm here for them today. Understand that. So 2 Corinthians says what? It says don't lose heart. You can lose a lot of things, but baby, don't lose your heart. And you got to stop putting your heart in everything, in everybody. Like I said, everybody shouldn't have access to that because of the major role that it plays in your life. Your heart has to be inside of what? My day-to-day walk. I ain't got more heart in nothing than I do with what it is that I do for fulfilling my purpose, my calling, My heart is in that more than it is in anything. It's two relationships that I got for the rest of my life. That's the relationship that I got with myself and the relationship that I got with God. Everything else that's connected to me is a bonus. What you saying, Coach? You're going too deep. Hold up. Yeah. Everything else is a bonus. I know I'm gonna hurt some feelings, but I gotta do it. Everything else is a bonus. The two most important relationships that you're ever gonna have is the relationship that you got with yourself and the relationship that you have with Christ. And those are the two relationships that you have to put in full-hearted. You have to go all hard into those, because if God can trust you with you, then he can also trust you with him. And when God is able to trust you, that's when you gain favor with God. Your favor is attached to whether or not God can trust you or not. I know that's a new note. Just add it. Just add it. Yo, that's a, yeah. Just add it. Just add it. Just add it. What you say, Coach? Yeah. See, your favor is attached to the trust. Your favor is attached to the trust. And if I can't trust you with you, how can I trust you with me? But the moment that you invest your heart into the relationship that you have with you, and you're actively pursuing your purpose, you're actively walking in intentionality with fulfilling the promise of God, then now I can trust you with you, and I now can also trust you with me. Your favor is attached to the trust. Can I trust you? Yeah, okay. That's why you can't lose heart. If I got heart in anything else, if I got heart, my heart is in making sure that I'm fulfilling my promise, that that I'm doing exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Understand that? So he said, I can lose a lot of stuff, but I can't lose my heart. Why can't I lose my heart, Coach? Because my failures are not fatal as long as I'm operating with that same type of heart, which is what I teach my people, is what same grit, same grind, same passion. When you come into a thing and you're super excited about it, when you first start that relationship and you're super excited about it, when you first join that church and you're super excited about it, you in the church service, you on the choir, you on the Bible study, that same grit, that same grind, that same passion that you had at the very beginning stages is the same exact same grit, same grind, and same passion that you got to have in that middle stage as well. So when things are not going the way that you want them to go, and things are not doing what you feel like they should be doing, you still have to have that same heart posture. You still have to have that same grit. You still have to have that same grind. You still have to have that same exact passion, even when the answer is no. Even when the answer is no, because you have to understand that as a believer, sometimes you're going to receive a no. And it's not going to be no because I'm depriving you of something. It's going to be no because you're settling for less. No. It's going to be a no because that what you want me to give you, if I give that to you, then that's going to destroy you, or that's going to distract you, or that right there that you're asking me for, that's not in alignment with what it is that I got planned for your life. So that's why I teach my people, you got to respect God's no. When God tell you no about a situation, that's not the opportunity right there for you to start folding. When people say, oh yeah, well, I was going to get you, but now I'm not going to get you, that's fine, well and dandy, right? Because guess what? I'm going to keep pushing no matter what. I was going to give you the job, but then I decided to go another route, then that's fine, well and dandy. Why? Because I'm a believer. I operate with knowing who is in control of every single outcome of every single situation that I face. And God's no, understand, God's no is not a no for me. It's a reroute for me, or that right there, that's not for you. I got something bigger and I got something better. And a lot of times we get distracted by the fact that somebody gave us a no, or they closed a certain door, that what we do, we start moping and crying and feeling all defeated. But when you become wiser in the teachings that we're putting out now, when you start gaining more knowledge about these things, you're no longer going to be that individual that get that no and fold. We ain't doing no more lawn chairs. We ain't doing no more folding like lawn chairs, baby. Understand that 2 Corinthians 4 and 16 say, y'all, don't lose heart. No matter what it is that I'm doing, I cannot afford to lose my heart. As long as I keep that same heart posture, what are you teaching me, Coach? That my failures would not be fatal. Because if I lose it now, I know that I can gain it all over again. There's nothing more important than me protecting my heart. Because if I have the right type of heart, I can lose the money, I can lose the car, I can lose the relationship, I can lose the job, I can lose all of these things. And guess what? I can go back and I can get them all over again, because my heart is still in the right place. Understand that my intentions are still pure. I still got that dog in me. I'm still willing to get up every single day and get after it. Understand that if I same way I got it here, I can get it over here, and I can get it over here, and I can get it over here, because my heart is still in that situation. And then we're going to go a little bit further, because I gave y'all this week as well. I gave y'all Proverbs 4 and 23, and it says what? Guard your heart, because everything that that you do flows from it, which means, like, that's just to back up what I just said. That means my failures will not be fatal, because if I lost it, I can get it back again, because it says that every single thing that I do, it do what? It flows from my heart. It didn't say some things. It didn't say partial this, partial that. It says everything that you do, it flows from your heart. The heart is the what? The mind, the will, and the center of your emotions, your very existence. You are not living until the doctor hears the heartbeat. Understand that. You are not alive until you have a heartbeat. Understand that. So that's how important, that's how valuable that heart is. Know that. I just want to make sure that you know. And we're going to slide on down, right? We sliding on down to it. According to the Bible, it says that the heart is the spiritual makeup of man. Understand that when you become a believer, you got to understand that that's what that is. That's your spiritual makeup right there. It is the drive and the will of man towards action. When you tap into and say that I'm on my spiritual journey, I'm on my healing journey, I'm on my self-love journey, what are you doing? In that moment, you're saying that mentally, physically, and emotionally, I'm about to intentionally create balance in my life. Put it in your notes. Put that in your notes. I'm tying in all the notes from this week. What you say, Coach? I said that according to the Bible, that the heart is the spiritual makeup of man. It is what drives the will towards man to action. The heart is the starting place of your spiritual life. When you decide that you are on a spiritual journey, which is your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, right? When you decide that that's what you're about to do, those are three things that you have. That's what you're saying. I'm about to tap into all three levels. I now realize that I have to be mentally balanced. I have to be spiritually balanced, and I need to work on my health. Why? I need to make sure that my heart is pumping. My heart is healthy, that I got a healthy blood flow. Anytime that you're creating movement, you're doing what? You're building up your immune system. Anytime that you're creating movement, you're increasing your heart rate. You're building new what? Blood cells. In that moment, you're creating a resistance for your life against infections. And when we say infection, so that's the reason why it's important that you get up every day and you're getting healthy. You're walking, you're jogging, you know what I'm saying? You're lifting weights, you're dancing around the house, because you're building up your physical immune system. The reason why I have you guys reading 2 chapters a day, the reason why we have a mental health support group, the reason why we have prayer on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the reason why we do these videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is because just like I want you to have a strong physical health, you also have to have a strong spiritual health. What are you doing right now with taking these notes? You are building up your spiritual immune system. Okay, talk to me nice. Yeah, talk to me nice. You get talk to me nice. Come on, double tap on my screen. I'm waiting on y'all. Let me get some love on IG. What you say, Coach? You have a spiritual immune system. You have a physical immune system. Understand that, right? So when we dropping in these scriptures and giving you all of this new information, that's building your spiritual awareness. We're building up your spiritual awareness right then. You going in there, you're rereading the Bible as if it's a self-help book. You're learning different things in that moment. You open up these self-care books, and what you're doing mentally, you're becoming aware of what narcissism is. You're now knowing what gaslighting is. You're now knowing what projection is. You're now knowing what triangle abuse is. Now you're learning these different terminologies, and not only the terminologies, you're having them broke down so that you're able to identify when you're being spiritually attacked by the enemy. What I'm saying is mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you're about to live a top tier life if you stay connected, if you're actually working on it on a regular basis. The enemy doesn't have any days off, and you don't need no days off either. You need to wake up every single day, and you have to get out of it. That's what I'm telling you. I'm waiting on y'all. Double tap on my screen. What you say? What's top tier living? Balanced life of spirit, mental, and health, physical health. That's top tier. That's top tier. That's top tier. Come on, double tap on the screen. Let me get some badges over on IG. That's right. No days off. No days off. I see you inspiring, Queen, inspiring. So come on, let's go, Coach. Hey, somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. You know what I mean? Somebody got to put it out there. Somebody got to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to understand that, because that's the beginning stages of your spiritual growth. Then we got to go what? Then we go right over here where it says, in order for you to change, in order for a person to change, they have to do what? They have to have a change of heart. In order for you to be able to change, you have got to have a change of heart. Thank you. You're a fire. I appreciate you. You have to have a change of heart. People don't change until they change their heart. They'll always behave the same until they have a change of heart. They'll always treat you the same exact way until what? They have a change of heart. Nobody changes until they have a change of heart. And why do you say that, coach? They will behave the same way that they've always behaved. You did not change on your spiritual journey. It was a time in your life where you were impressed by small things. It was a time in your life where you could sit in the club all night long. It was a time in your life where you could party from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and you enjoyed that. Understand that. But the moment that you start working on your life, actively working on your life. Now when you go to the club, you sit in the corner and you sit over there. You like, why in the world am I here? You're not happy. You're not impressed by it. Now things that you used to do, spend your money on these things and that things. And oh yeah, you drink. Oh, I done bought me a bottle in there and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Now you look at all of those things as a waste of my money. I'm working too hard for my money to spend $300, $400 on the VIP section. What am I thinking? Ain't no way in the world for everybody to stand on the couches, everybody pouring with sweat. Understand that. I walk up out of there. I done worked and did all of this. And now that everything that wore off, guess what? Now my rent still due. Bills are still due. Now I'm not prioritizing. Now you're looking at all of those things completely different because I had a change of heart. Once you have a change of heart, you're not going to be the same. Understand that. And I back that up with what? Ezekiel 36:26. It says God must remove the heart of stone and replace it with the heart of flesh. Some people went to looking crazy. Some people went to, why you said it like that? Because a lot of y'all walking around hard-hearted. And I'm trying to get you to the place where you understand the importance of your heart. Everything that we've talked about from Monday to right now have been about the importance of your heart. You protecting your heart. You guarding your heart. You knowing the different components that are inside of your heart. And why is it playing such a major part in your life? And why do you say a heart of stone? What do they mean when they say heart of stone? A lot of y'all right now, y'all walking around with a hard heart because you got hurt, your heart is bitter. Because you got betrayed, your heart is bitter. Because you had experienced a hard time when you were coming up, when you were younger, it made you bitter towards certain things. And some of y'all, can I bring it up to today's times? Y'all will say, oh, no new friends. I'm tired of friends. I don't even deal with friends no more. I don't got time for that because you know it's always drama. It's always chaos attached to it. And I'm just, because you have become bitter to that situation. So you have that bitter heart. You have that heart of stone. So what you're doing is you're building up a bridge around yourself. You got a whole border built up around yourself, and you will not allow anybody in because your heart is hardened. But you don't understand that as long as that border is there, not only are you shutting out people from coming in, you also you don't want them to come in, but ain't nothing flowing out of it either. There's nothing coming in or out of it either. Come on now. You gotta replace that heart. What you trying to tell me, coach? I'm trying to tell you that we all been hurt. We've all have had some traumatic experiences. We all have dealt with some things in our life at one point or another that was unfair, that we didn't deserve that. I can't believe that happened to me. We all have had those moments. But it's time to let that go so that you can really heal and develop and live up to your fullest potential in life. It's time for you to say, you know what? This is where I'm going to let this trauma in. This is where I'm going to let this go at right here. I'm going to drop off this baggage right here. Because guess what? Nobody's being affected by you holding on to it but you. You're not damaging anybody but yourself. You're stunning your own growth by you sitting right there, hoarding that negative energy, hoarding that negative feeling. Nobody's being affected by that. A lot of these people who have hurt you, they've moved on with their life already. A lot of these people that have damaged you, they've moved on with their life already. They don't care. They didn't care when they done it, and they don't care right now. And to be honest, a lot of people gain satisfaction By knowing that you still hurting. A lot of people gain satisfaction by knowing that they still got your heart in their pocket. A lot of people gain satisfaction by still thinking and seeing you post sad posts or things saying that I'm still struggling, I'm still going through this, and no, I don't want no relationship, and I'm still that by knowing that you're bitter, by knowing that you're bothered, by knowing that you still hurt. A lot of people gain satisfaction by that because they see that they still got you wrapped up in them. Some people, that's exactly what they want you to be. That's how the enemy operates. Because as long as you stay right there, you're not pursuing your purpose. You're not fulfilling your call right here in this bubble. Stuck. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Doing the same thing that you've always done. This is the bubble. This is the bubble. At one point or another, you have to make a decision to say, I need out. I want out. I'm willing to break out. I'm willing to do the work to get out. You got to be willing. Your will rests inside your heart. You have to be willing to say, I got to get out of this. I got to break free from this, right? My Cash App is your favorite speaker. Your favorite speaker. Double tap on the screen. 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 Let's go. Y'all almost at 200K, right? And what happens is, not only do we keep ourselves stuck because we're holding on to that pain, we're holding on to that betrayal, we're holding on to whatever happened that broke us, we also get caught up in bad teaching. Don't get mad at me. Hold on. Don't get mad at me. Thank you, Divine Time, for putting it in the chat. Yeah, don't get mad at me. What you say, Coach? Another one of the hang-ups that we have is bad teaching. Bad misinformation. Incorrect, inaccurate information. It's another reason why we end up being stuck in that situation, because we've been taught for so many years. We've been taught what? Oh yeah, well, it's some good in everybody. Everybody got some good in them. It's some good in everybody. That's not true. That's not true. But that's what we've been taught. I'm just going through the notes until I get to my today's notes. But that's what we've been taught our whole entire life. So you get into a relationship or a friendship or a familyship with somebody. There you go, friend. Abuse teaching. There you go. Now you right here with me. That I need for you to understand. Friends say, I need y'all to double tap. That's right. Double tap on the screen. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Bad teaching. Yeah, I need y'all to put that in the note. That's a new note for y'all right there. Bad teaching. Bad teaching, because there's some people that give some bad teaching. That's why I thought that it was crazy when people put up, they said before you start a podcast or start doing certain videos, get therapy first. Make sure you're working on yourself first, because some of the conversations really ain't, it sound good, it sound trendy, but like I tell my people, just because it's trending doesn't mean that it's true. Everything that's trending is not truth. Just because it sound cute and it got thousands of likes and thousands of comments and thousands of shares does not mean that it's accurate information. And we've been taught that for a lot of years. Oh, everybody got some good in them. Everybody got some good in them. Oh, baby, no, they don't. This is what Jesus said about it. Because we teach that everybody got some good in them, but Jesus come and say the complete opposite. And he says that sin originated in the heart of man. So you spent your whole entire 17, 18 years trying to find good in somebody. And I gave the example, what I said, a needle in a haystack. You out there looking for that needle in that haystack. You over there doing all of this, looking for that good from it, looking for that good. And you done damaged yourself. You done drained yourself. You done walked yourself like a complete dog. You done frustrated yourself. You over there annoyed with yourself. You over there pissed all the way off with yourself, because you done wasted almost 20 years of your life in a relationship trying to find the good in this person when there was absolutely no good in you. There's no good in you. I can't expect a liar to do nothing but lie, a cheater to do nothing but cheat, a manipulator to do nothing but manipulate. And you're not going to change that by me begging you. You're not going to change that by me showing you more love, giving you more affection, more of things that you already don't appreciate. My gratitude will not change the person that you are. I'm giving and doing and providing, and you still got that same type of behavior, because people will not change until their heart change. And if their heart has not changed, then you're going to get the same version of them over and over and over and over, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you give, no matter how much you forgive, and no matter how much you provide. Jesus said himself that sin originated in the heart of man. Okay, Ezekiel 36:31. After you have, I'm just saying, because, the humbling reality is this. For most of us, the concept that we believe that people are born with good in them until something happens. Would you say most of the time what we do is, because that's what we've been taught, it had to be something that made them that way. It had to be something that made them so mean like that. It had to be something that made them treat people like that. It's their trauma. It's their issues. It's whatever happened to them is what triggered this. Is whatever happened to them that triggered that. And at the end of the day, I want you to understand that you are always responsible for your behavior. Nobody else is responsible for your behavior. You're responsible for your response. You're responsible for how you show up. You're responsible for the things that you do. Your trauma is not my issue. What you got going on over there, that ain't my issue. Sit over there in the unhealed section. You will not come over here and hurt me because somebody else hurt you. You won't walk me like a dog because somebody else walked you like one. You ain't gonna come over here and give me the bare minimum because you feel like that's all I'm deserving of, because you still broken in your own life. We are not about to do that, baby. I am not living basic. Understand that I'm not for the basic. I'm not for the mediocre. I'm not for the bare minimum. Understand, either go hard or stay over there. That's what it is, baby. I'm going all the way extreme in my life. I will not allow you to come into my life and run a complete muck. We are not about to do that. I'm not about to be making a bunch of excuses for why you are the way that you are. You know you got issues. You know you got hurt. You know you got pain. You know you got trauma. You know you got these things in your life that you need to go and correct. Go handle that. Go fix that. Go heal from that, instead of trying to connect to other people and damage them along the way. We're not even about to do that. Understand that until you have a change of heart, you're going to always behave that same type of way. Understand that you're going to always behave in a way that is consistent with the way that you think. Put that in your notes. That's a new note. I'm trying to get to today's notes. I'm on my way. Yeah. What you say? You gonna always be. What you say, Coach? You gonna always behave in a way that is consistent with the way that you think. Yeah. Okay, well, talk to me nice then. Go ahead, double tap on my screen. Get us up to 300K. Let's go. What'd you say? Yeah, you're going to always behave in a way that is consistent with the way that you think. Yeah, that's why you can sit around some people and they could be so beautiful to you. I don't know all of these. These is extra notes. I don't know. I didn't even have this. Yeah, the thing about it is you can sit around some folk. Come on, Kira, hold on. Give me a second. I'm about to make it make sense to you. You can sit around some people and they could be beautiful as all get out. They can have the right type of body type for you. They can smell just how you want them to smell. They could be so successful in all these different areas, got the bank account, you know what I'm saying, got the nice car, got the nice house and all of that. And then when they start talking to you, you get turned off from the way that they think. Like, oh my God, that's how you, come on. Okay, some of y'all may not have been there then. I'm just saying that it's some folk that you will think the world of them until they start talking. And then all of a sudden they start saying some stuff. You start looking at them like, wait, what? That's how you think? You know what I mean? And you have to understand that, right? A complete turn off, a complete turn off. You sitting right over there. You attracted to everything about them until they open up that mouth, and then you start finding out what's in the inside of them. And that's why I warn my people all the time about what? Beautiful disasters. People that look good, they smell good, they drive good, make good money, but the inside of them is a complete mess. They are in shambles in the inside. And that's why you have to make sure that you do what? You have that spirit of discernment. Understand, you have to make sure you have that spirit of discernment, because the enemy is always going to show up looking like what? Looking like he belonged there. He's some up there. That's right. You're going to meet two different types of people. People that are sent to your life to bless your life, and people that are sent to your life to do what? Block you in life. And they both going to come smiling. Yeah, showing every tooth up in their head. You better know it. You're gonna meet two different types of people. People that are sent to bless you and people that are sent to block you. And you gotta have that spirit of discernment because they both gonna look alike. Understand that they both gonna have a smile on their face and they both gonna come looking like they belong there. Oh, I'm going on to I'm about to move on to what I came to talk about, but I just want to make sure I gotta make sure y'all caught up because it be new people that be popping in. They both gonna look like they belong there. They both gonna look like they belong there. Come on, double tap on my screen. Send me some love, y'all. I see y'all. Y'all at 244K right now. Keep on going. Double tap on that screen. They both are going to look like they're belonging there. And that's the reason why you have to have a great spiritual health. So that your spiritual immune system have got to be up to par because that right there is that's an infection. I ain't getting sick this year, baby. I ain't getting sick. That's an infection. I can see you right now. Yeah, I can see you right. You an infection. Yeah, you an infection, and I can see it. I can see it all over you. Yep, you got the nicest smile, but you an infection. That's right. I love your car. It was a smooth ride, but won't be getting back in there. You an infection, baby. I can tell that already. Beautiful disaster. You an infection, and that's the reason why you got to know the difference in between the two. Everybody was born with that. Everybody was born with sin. Understand that you were created with sin. Sin originated in the heart of man. In order for a man or a woman, understand that to change their life, to change their mindset, to change the person that they are, they have got to change the person that they are at their core self, inside of their heart. What is the heart? It is the mind, the will, and the center of your emotions. So going on down to Ezekiel 36, I'm going down there now. It's after you have had this heart change, after you've done this work on yourself, after you then start showing up differently. Like I said, you would go to a club environment, and because you've been working so much spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you're turned off from that environment. What happened? I outgrew that type of thing. I'm no longer interested in that. I'm no longer impressed by your diamonds. I'm no longer impressed by your money. I'm no longer impressed by your materialistic things. I'm not impressed by that anymore. Why? Because I'm learning now that peace is the new wealth. Peace is the new wealth. I can't be wrapped up in the materialistic things with you because my mindset, right? My mindset is not what yours is. Yeah, you come out and you want to talk about how much money you made. I want to talk about how I woke up the day in peace, operated in peace. I feel expensive. I feel very expensive when I wake up and I understand that as long as I'm operating in my purpose, that nothing is off limits to me. I'm expensive. When I wake up every single day and I acknowledge the fact that, as long as I'm connected to Christ and I'm fulfilling the promise that he has over my life, then I'm expensive. As long as I know that I'm operating and I'm doing the things that he's called me to do, that he's created for me to do, then I realize that nothing is off limits to me. I'm expensive. If I know that if I want it, then I can have it because I'm expensive. And in that moment, what? Because he says that I'm going to supply all of your needs. I'm going to give it to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And if I can go back to it, let me go back to it. And not only that, if I go back to what we were talking about last week, Philippians 4:18, it says what? It says, now that I have it all, and it just keeps on coming. Now that I'm living my shalom life. See, some people get caught up in the materialistic things. They get caught up in the money. They get caught up in the cars. They get caught up in the handbags. But when you start operating with that change of heart, when you start operating, fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your calling, understand that now you're living what? That shalom life that we've been talking about all week. What's a shalom life, coach? That's nothing missing, nothing broken, and nothing lacking. Anything that I want, I can have. Okay, so I'm not impressed. I'm not easily impressed. I've outgrown that. So now when I look back over my life, this is what it says in Ezekiel 36 and 31. Or 31, it says, you will be ashamed or you will be sickened by the things that you've done. Now you look back and you're embarrassed by the things that you settled for. You're embarrassed by the things that you tolerated. You're embarrassed by the things that you put up with. You're embarrassed and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to talk like that. I can't believe that I used to act like that. I was so shallow. I can't believe that I was so gullible. I can't believe that I was so weak-minded. I can't believe that. You become ashamed. You become sickened by the things that you've done. That's how you operate when you had a change of heart. And that's the reason why it's so important that you do what? You got to guard that heart. And I want to go on down to where it says, after we've come into the light, after you've come into that light, because I don't want you to think that just because you made those mistakes and you had to endure those things, that's the end of you. Because remember what I said, your failures are not fatal. Understand that as long as your heart is in the right place, there's still redemption for you. Understand that you can still come back from all of that as long as you have that change of heart right there, right? But in order for you to be able to heal your heart, to change your heart, to have that heart transplant plan that you need, you got to be willing to come into the light. Understand that you got to be willing to be open. You got to be willing to be honest. You got to be willing to be transparent. Why do you say that, coach? Because of 1 John 1:5-10 says what? It says, if I come into the light and admit that I've sinned, that there's no possible healing until you can operate in transparency, until you can operate in that realm, then guess what? There's no real healing for you. There's no. Why do you say that? Because that's what the Bible said. First of all, that's what they said. You argue with John, don't argue with me. Go argue with John, because some of y'all still believe that you can heal whatever you hide, and that's not how that operates. Some of y'all still talking about, oh yeah, you can. Jesus will still heal whatever you hide, and that is not what he said. He said that you're gonna have to be open, you're gonna have to be honest, you're gonna have to be transparent about what it is that you done. You can't just sweep that right there up under the rug. You can't just throw that over in the closet and act like that right there ain't never happen. I just need for you to understand. You argue with John, don't argue with me. Go ahead, go take that up with John. You go take that up with 1 John, not the 2 John, the 3 John. Go take that up with 1 John, because that's what the 1 John put out there. I just want you to know what he said. He said, if you come into the light and admit that you have sinned, without coming into the light and admitting that you have sinned, there's no possible healing. You can't even possibly be healed. I'm just saying, go argue with 1 John, not the 2nd or the 3rd, because that's the one who said it. Go take that up with them. So what I'm trying to tell you is that all of that sweeping it up under the rug, understand that that's not going to hurt. That's not going to help you. That's not going to heal you. Pretending that it never happened, developing that I don't care type of attitude, or it don't matter, or I'm not speaking on it because of this, that's not going to fix the situation. That's not going to heal the situation. Understand, matter of fact, that's how toddlers behave. Shutting down, that ain't going to fix it. Let's just be real about it. That ain't going to fix it. Masking it ain't gonna fix it. When you say that I don't care, all that is you developing a coping skill to deal with a dysfunction. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all you're doing right there. You're developing a coping skill to deal with what have happened without really dealing with it. So you compartmentalize it. You throw it in the back of your mind and you act like it never happened. And then something happens in your life to do what? Trigger you. And then all of a sudden that comes back to the front. And now here you are 30 years later crying about something that happened 60 years later. But because you did not take care of it when you needed to take care of it, now you done got triggered. And here we are 36 years later and we're still trying to handle something that you should have been took care of. And that's the reason why I say bring it to the front. Go ahead and put it out there right now so that you can heal from it. So whenever somebody says something or do something, you're no longer triggering a negative response. So now when they say something or bring it up, you're not folding like a lawn chair. Now when they bring it up or say something about it, you're not going into depression. You're not breaking down in tears. Why? Because you've already dealt with what it was that you needed to deal with in that moment. Come on, double tap on my screen. Yeah. Come on. Double tap on the screen. Come on, double tap on the screen. Let's get to it. Talking about being all defensive. That's right, friend. Being all defensive. What you mad at me for? And then half the time you don't even know what they're mad about, because you sitting over there. What the first thing that we will say is, I ain't even did nothing to you. I don't know why you acting like that towards me, because I ain't even did nothing to you. You ain't even did nothing to them. They mad at you because of something that happened 30 years ago that had absolutely nothing to do with your friend. Say she right. Come on, send me a bag. Let me get 5 bags. badges on IG. Let me get 5 badges on IG. I'm waiting on them. They almost at 300K. They almost at 300K. I just want to be real about the situation. How you mad at me about something that somebody else did to you? How you upset with me about something that somebody else did to you? How you over here trying to take out on me what somebody else did to you? I ain't even did nothing to you. I ain't said nothing to you. You mad at me because somebody else came in here and said something that triggered something in you from somebody else. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So then you find yourself paying for something that somebody else did, suffering for because of something that somebody else did. Oh, baby, the devil is a lie, not me. Go find you somebody else to play with. Understand, I'm too raw. Too raw. Ain't a man or woman walking God green earth about to play with me. I'm too raw for it. I'm too raw for it, baby. You gonna have to go get that hurt too. Yeah, you got to go put it proper placement. Hello, red ink pen right there. What you say, coach? Proper placement. You got to go place that where it go, baby. Proper. I believe in proper placement. I believe I'm too raw. I'm too raw for it. Proper placement. You got to go place that where it go, baby. There you go. Proper placement. Red ink pen. No, proper placement. You got to go put that where it go, where, baby. Not over here. Understand that. Yeah, not over here. Proper placement. I believe in proper placement. Come on. Double tap on the screen. Okay. Y'all at 300.5. Now we rocking and rolling. Let's get into it. And you have to also remember that just because God is not making announcements in your life, right? Just because there's no big announcement saying that I'm turning a situation around for you. Just because see, sometimes that's where we get caught up at, right? We get caught up in the predicament. We get caught up in the situation. We get caught up in what it is that we're dealing with in that moment. And what I need for you guys to do, this note number 1 for today, I need you to stop getting caught up in that current situation. Stop getting caught up in what's happening right now in that moment, because even without making an announcement, even without him saying anything, he can turn that situation that you're dealing with, he can turn that thing slam around. Right then, right there. And ain't got to open up his mouth about it. Turn it all the way around for you right there and right there. What you say, stop getting caught up in the situation that you're in right now. Caught up in your emotions. Caught up in that negativity. Caught up in the anger. Caught up in, the depression. Stop getting caught up in that stuff. When people got things, he can turn it around right then and there. And a lot of times in your life, things are being turned around and you don't even acknowledge that it's being turned around. Understand that you will walk away from that job and your heart is heavy. You will walk away from a situation and your heart is heavy. You will walk away right then and there. In the moment, right after you walking away, and you over there feeling all defeated, you walking away and feeling like, I don't know if it's going to work out. You walking away and doing all of that. And guess what? He's already over there working on your behalf. He's already over there fulfilling the promise that he have in your life. He's already over there making a way for you. Why are you feeling defeated? Why you got your head down? Why are you over there about to be in a face full of tears? For what? When you know that he controls the outcome of everything that you're going through in life, then your response have to be different. He doesn't have to make a grand announcement. He doesn't have to put it up on a billboard for you. He don't have to go through all of that for you to know that he's still working in your life. God can operate in your life without having to make any type of announcement. He can still do what? He can go ahead and do right there in that moment. He can do what? He can turn it around. He can turn it around right then, right there. What you say? Right then, right there. I had to get y'all because I don't know what's going on with my mods. I got mods over here. Get to working, man. I need y'all working while we all get to blocking. That's what you're there for. Yeah, come on now. Double tap on the screen with you. And I'm just like that, turning around right there for you. Over there operating on your behalf right there for you. Never having to make an announcement. Ain't got to put it out there on the billboard. Ain't got to do none of that. None of that. Go right over there and just straight turn it around from you right there, right there. Understand that. And let's keep on going on. Why? Because and you trying to figure out what happened. You trying to figure out how that worked out. You trying to figure out, wait a minute, I thought y'all said this. I thought y'all said that. What you're saying, note number 2 is this right here, because God will sometimes show up in your life and it'll be looking like random. Oh, yeah. What you say? Note number 2 for today is because God will sometimes show up in your life and it be looking like random. I love you too. Be showing up in your life and looking real random. Like, wait a minute, hold up. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Where I thought this and I thought that sometimes God will show up in your life and it's looking very random. And what I came to tell you this morning is this right here. Yeah, it ain't gonna always make sense to you. And that's okay. Understand, he don't have to make it make sense to you. All you have to do is all he needs from you is to secure that yes from you. That's it. That's all. All he needs is your intentionality. All he needs is your will. All he needs to know is that you're following me. All he needs to know is that you have decreased and allowed me to increase in your life. All he needs to know is that you have taken off of your your perspective and you're operating in my perspective, that you're no longer operating with your own guidelines. All I need for you to do is allow me to lead, allow me to guide, allow me to give you the words that you need to speak, allow me to give you the direction for your life. As long as you are being led by me, then you don't have to operate out of fear. As long as you're being led by me, you don't have to be over there whining and crying about things that other people are out there whining and crying about it, because what they going through ain't got nothing to do with you. Understand that what you're saying, I need for you, I'm going to my note number 3. I'm going through these things. What you're saying, I need for you to understand that you have to also stop doing what? Being intimidated by labels. Note number 3 for today. Stop being intimidated by labels. Okay, I'm rolling with it. Yeah, they whining and they crying and they falling out, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. They whining, they crying, they falling out, they folding in life, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. You over there, you trying to, well, if it didn't work for them, if they couldn't get it to do it, and they got all the resources, and what about this and what about that? You crying about something that happened to somebody else. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You have to stop being intimidated by labels. You got to stop being intimidated. Who cares they got a doctor's? Who cares they consider to be this, that, and the third? Who cares about them doggone labels? Understand me? Come on, let's be real about it. Who cares about all of those labels? Oh, they are a 2-time degree this and a 4-time degree that, and they got the credentials, they got the accolades, they got the this, they got all of that. And guess what? You can still have favor. Your favor is always going to give you what? The advantage. So what are you saying, Coach? Stop being intimidated by labels. Why can you not be intimidated by labels when you are following God's heart? When you give God your heart, when you allow him to control your life, to take over your life, why can you not be intimidated by labels? Because you have to understand that your favor is going to give you the advantage. I'm talking about, I'm waiting on y'all. What you say? Stop being intimidated by, come on, man. Come on. Yeah, come on now. Double tap on the screen. Let's go. What you say? My favor is going to give me the advantage. My favor is going to give me the advantage. Come on, double tap. I'm in today's notes right now. I'm in today's notes. I can no longer be intimidated by labels because my favor give me the advantage. I cannot afford to operate out of fear. Now I'm operating out of faith. When I decrease so that he can increase in my life, then my whole mindset change. When I change my heart, I change my mind. What you say, Coach? When you change your heart in that moment, you have to also understand that you also changes your mind, because once your heart changed, because that's where your will is, now my will is completely different from what it was before. When my mindset wasn't what it was, I was thinking all kind of crazy thoughts. I was always afraid. I was always sad. I was always depressed. I was always operating a certain type of way. But now that I had a change of heart, understand now I'm following a new lead. I'm following a new lead. And sometimes what we do is we'll start operating out of, we'll start winning in life. We'll start gaining in life, and we'll get to a place in life where now I got everything that I've been waiting for. I'm getting doors opening for me, and I'm getting this and I'm getting that, and things are happening for me now the way that I want them to happen, and and guess what? And we get caught up in the winning. Understand that. We get caught up in the winning. And what I need for you to understand is this right here. You get caught up in the winning. No, I need for you to understand you cannot be intimidated because you're by labels, because your favor is going to give you power. But I need for you to understand that the enemy is still going to attack even though you win it. Take the notes. Just because you win it don't mean that he gonna stop working. Understand that just because you're winning and things are happening the way that you want them to happen doesn't mean that you're not going to still experience some hardship, that things are not going to still happen to you. I need for you to understand is, he's going to always do what he can to try to interrupt your flow. He's going to always put you in a position where he's going to be bringing out certain things to still challenge what it is that you believe. He's going to still challenge what it is that you say that you know is to be true. So even though you're winning and you're winning and you're winning, it does not mean that you won't be attacked. It does not mean that he's not going to still come for you. Let's talk about Job, right? Let's talk about Job. Let's just be clear about something. That's note number 4 is this right here. The enemy will always attack you in places, in areas of your life that he don't even want. Would you say the enemy is always, let's think about Job. The enemy is going to always attack you in places in your life with things that he don't even want. He's going to attack you in one area, but he don't want that area that he's attacking you in. You think he wants your job? He ain't trying to work your job. You think he want that relationship? He don't really want that relationship. Understand that. And the enemy attacking my relationship. The enemy is just really after me, coach, on my job. The enemy is really just messing with me over at this church. They talking this and that. The enemy does not want your, Oh, he's attacking my marriage. He's attacking my children. Oh, yeah. Come on, let's just be real. The enemy is always going to attack you in an area, but it's not that area that he actually wants. He don't want your kids. He don't want your job. He don't want your relationship. He don't want what it is that you're doing at that church. The enemy doesn't want that. What does he want then, coach? He wants your heart. He wants to destroy the relationship that you have with God. He wants to destroy the relationship that you have with yourself. The enemy wants your will. He wants your heart, because your heart is protecting your mind, your will, and it's the center of your emotions. He's attacking you in those areas so that he can attack your heart. He wants your heart. He wants your will. If I can distract you with your children, then that means you're not fasting, you're not praying, you're not worshiping, you're not focused on what it is that you're supposed to be doing in your life, because your children, man, hold up, I'm a mama bear over my kids. And now your whole prayer life, remember when I said, just like you have a immune system that you operate, whenever you're physically, you also have a spiritual immune system. And as long as you are not exercising your spiritual immune system, what did I tell you my grandmama say? If you want to destroy something, starve it out, because you're starving out your spiritual immune system, because you're not reading, you're not fasting, you're not praying, you're not worshiping, you're not praising, you're not doing any of those things. Your spiritual immune system is extremely weak because the enemy has you distracted in another area of your life. So he'll use your kids. He'll use your job. Have you stressed out about your finances? Have you stressed out about all these different things, distracted by all these different things? And that's why I said you have to be prepared in that middle season, because that middle season is always going to be that Job season. You have to have that same type of mentality when Job was out there. And what was happening? They took away the horses, the cattle, his crops, everything, destroyed all of that. That's that man's income. The same way y'all whine and cry about y'all jobs right now. Oh, my job, my job, my job, my job, my job, my job. Same way, Job could have did the same thing. They took his income. That was his income. Back then, how you think he was living? How you think he was surviving? Come on now. Let's make it make sense. If you the person that got all the farmland, you got all the animals, all the crop, then people are coming to you to get all of those things from you, and they're paying you when they're doing that. When this man that lost all of his income, it's his source of his income that's gone. Then turn around and took them same children, the same children that y'all be out here crying about, that's rude, that's disrespectful, that don't honor you, that don't value you, that don't respect you at all. You know what I'm saying? That you got, but yet and still you love them because they yours. I get it. I understand. Them same children understand that they took his children too. I got to paraphrase it. I got to make it so y'all understand. Took his children too. Then everything up under the sun. And when he see the crop didn't work, taking away my income did not work. When I see that you took away my seeds, now you done took my children. Now that didn't work. And then guess what? Y'all already know the next best thing. What's the closest to the man's heart? Now you're going to come to me through my wife. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to come through to my husband. Now you got them acting up. Now you got them doing the absolute most in your life. And guess what? Don't nobody have your ear like the person that's laying next to you. Don't nobody really have that next level of influence like the person that's laying next to you. And and that's the reason why you got to understand the two most valuable relationships is the relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with God, because everybody else's relationship that you have with them is a bonus. Yeah, well, I'm about to get to it in a moment. Yeah, because some of y'all caught it and some of y'all still over there biting on the edge of your pencil because you trying to figure. Yeah, some of y'all still biting y'all pencil real quick. Look at Lily. Lily caught it though. Friend said, "Whoa, some people didn't catch it though." Double tap on the screen, get us to 400K TikTok. Double tap on the screen. Good morning, Romeo. How you doing? Double tap. Friend say, "Sheesh." Some of y'all caught it and some of y'all it went right there just now. See, don't worry about it. I'm gonna run it back for you. Thank you for that badge. I appreciate you. Let me get 4 more. more badges on IG. Double tap on that screen. What you say, Coach? I said that the enemy, after he couldn't get the kids, couldn't get him through the kids, couldn't get him through taking away his income. All of the things that we stress a lot about today. Then the next best thing, the next relationship, the person that lay next to you, always have your ear because they're laying next to you. The person that you confide in everything about. As soon as you see something funny on social media, you screenshot it and you send it to the person that you're in a relationship with. Y'all laugh about everything together. Y'all cry about everything together. Everything that you do with this individual. And the enemy will also use that same individual that you pillow talk with, that you share every single moment of your life with. The enemy will also use that very person to come into your life and distract you if they to distract you, to pull you out your purpose, to distract you and make you question God, to distract you and pull you out of alignment with what it is that they're saying because it's influence. Come on. Yeah, that's why I said that the most powerful, the most important relationships that you have is the relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with God, because everybody else is going to be a bonus. Because understand that anybody that's around you can be used by the enemy. So even though I love you, I respect you, and we're together, I can identify when the enemy is using you to get at me, and I have to correct that right then and there. That's why I say that it's a bonus, because if he takes you trying to get to me, then I'm gonna have to kiss that thing goodbye. I love you and I'm gonna miss you, but you be well, baby. Hello, somebody, you gotta want it more than this. Some folks out here don't want you to have it. Hello, come on, double tap. I love you, but I'm gonna have to tell you goodbye. I love you, but I'm gonna have to give you the gift of goodbye. I love you, but I can't let you separate me from my purpose. I love you, but I can't allow you to block my blessing. I love you, but I can't allow you to stunt my growth. I love you, but I can't sacrifice my joy, my peace, my healing for you. I'm gonna have to kiss you goodbye. Come on, double tap on the screen. What you're saying, you have to develop that Job type of mentality that I don't care what's happening. I don't care what's happening. I cannot lose my heart. I can't lose my heart. Yeah. And I can't lose my heart. Can you give us another example? Is that what y'all saying? Yeah, I can't lose my heart. I can't lose my heart. And you have to also understand that when he can't distract you in your mind, he'll also try to distract you with fear. Understand that nothing stops you from pursuing your purpose like fear. That's a note right there. What if he can't distract you in your mind with these things, then he will try to distract you with fear. Nothing stops you from pursuing your purpose like fear. Fear will stifle your feet. Fear will stunt your growth. Fear will keep you from being able to live up to your fullest potential. Nothing will stop you from moving forward in your life like fear. I'm just waiting on y'all because I got another example, friend. I don't care. I got another example, and I'm going to give it to you today. I know I'm over my hour, baby. I got time today. Tomorrow I'm off on Saturdays and Sundays. Y'all know I don't do videos on Saturdays and Sundays. I got time today. I'm outside now. Ain't that what we say? We outside? I'm outside. I'm waiting. And no, I ain't got to pick the baby up from school. They had the day off, so y'all going to get this work this morning. Double tap on my screen. Y'all gonna get these notes this morning, baby. We ain't got no cutoff right now. Understand that, and I got my charger over here too, baby. I'm ready to plug it in. That's right. Y'all gonna have plenty. Matter of fact, let me switch the charge right now from this one to this one. Oh, I ain't gonna play with y'all this morning. Hold on, let me get y'all together. We gonna make sure the phone stay active and all. Y'all ain't about, you gonna get this work this morning. Come on now. Come on, Divine. I just want you to know, nothing stops you from pursuing. Nothing will stop you from pursuing your purpose like fear. Fear will stifle your feet. Fear will stop you right there in your tracks every single time. That's why I tell you guys to do what? I say remove fear and insert faith. Remove fear and insert faith. You have got to have blind faith every single time. You have to have blind faith, trusting and believing God even when you don't understand the situation, trusting and believing God to do exceedingly and abundantly anything that you can ask or think. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter how bad it looks, you have got to always make sure that you're operating with that blind faith. There you go. Hebrews 11:1. Go ahead, put it in your notes, baby. Hebrews 11:1. Understand, your faith faith is not based on your situation. Your faith is not based on your predicament. Your faith is not based on whether you're happy or sad. You should have that faith no matter what. And I say that because if we go to the book of Esther, y'all can go read the whole book, so I ain't gonna give you the scripture. If you talk about Esther, can we talk about Esther? I want to talk about Esther real quick. If we talking about Esther real quick, when they sent that message to Esther and they said, Esther, we need you to go before the king. We need you to go talk to the king because they talking about coming out here and wiping us all out. So I need you to go and do a job for me. I need y'all to figure this out for me, right? You understand? I need you to go do something for me. What did Esther? Esther was the queen at that time. Understand that. But the rule at that moment was what? The rule at that moment was what? That the queen could not go before the king unless, right, the king summons for her. And before, what happened was a queen took the initiative and went before the king and was destroyed. She was wiped out. So because that had already happened, and Esther was aware of the fact that that had already happened, when she received that message that we need you to go before the king and talk to the king for us, because if you don't go talk to the king for us, then guess what? We are all at risk of being destroyed. These folks is after us, and I need for you to step up to the plate to save our people. I need for you. What Esther was like, wait a minute, hold on. For a second, she started to operate out of that fear. Do you know what happened to the person, the last queen that went before the king? That's what she said. Do you know what happened to the last queen that went before the king without being summoned? You want me to what? Sacrifice myself? You want me to do what? Go lay myself on the altar? You want me to do what? Wait a minute, hold up. You have got to understand that fear will stop you from pursuing your purpose. Fear will stop you from following through with your calling. Fear will stifle your feet. You got to understand, Esther became fearful not because of what happened to her. She became fearful about what happened to somebody else. Now, can I paraphrase? Esther, what that got to do with you? Y'all know I like to paraphrase. Y'all know I like to add my own thing. Because, now, wait a minute, Esther. Hold on, because we got to go back. Now, hold up, Esther. Wait a minute. Now, hold on now. Hold on a minute. Let's be real, because a lot of us, we do the same exact thing. We see that other people, wait a minute, coach, because you're trying to make it make sense. You see other people tried it and they failed. You seen other people try to do it and it ain't work out for them. You seen other people going after it and they didn't get the response that you thought that they was going to get. So now you operating like Esther, because I got to break this down so my people can understand, y'all. So we have to, I'm just trying to tell you, some of y'all got that Esther type of mentality, and we ain't gonna need that in 2024. We got to let that type of, you can't be fearful about what happened to somebody else. You can't be upset by, or frightened by, or fear by, that's a surrogate fear right there. You fearful for somebody else or through somebody else. Just because it happened with them don't mean that it's about to happen to you. Why are you over there crying about something that did not happen to you? What you over here stressed out about something that ain't happened to you? What I keep telling you, an emergency on their behalf does not constitute an emergency on yours. Understand that. Stop taking on other people's stuff. Stop taking on other people's trauma. Stop taking on other people's stuff that they got going on in their life. Esther got upset. She became fearful, not because of what would happen to her. She became fearful because of what happened in somebody else's life. You got to understand that when you're not operating up under those guidelines, baby, you're not favor. Yeah, you can call me to the front line, because my favor give me what? The advantage. Remember, I just told you that the difference between Esther and the other queen was Esther had favor. Your favor will put you at an advantage. Your favor will put you in an advantage that you didn't even think that you were supposed to have. Your favor will put you in rooms that you didn't even think that you were supposed to be in. Your favor will open up doors that you never in your life thought that you would be opening for you. Your favor will put you in positions that you have no training, no knowledge of, and your favor will put you right there. And then all of a sudden start surrounding people. You're with people that are designed to do what? Bless you, to help you, to educate you, to assist you left and right. Your favor will give you what? The advantage. Yeah. So yeah. That's one way I need for you to look at this thing. Come on now, come on. God, yeah. Your favor gonna give you the advantage. So what I need for you to do is stop operating out of fear. You have to remove that fear and insert that faith. Because understand, your favor is just not fair. And just because it didn't happen for somebody else does not mean that it's not going to happen for you. Some of us have the call of first. Some of us have the call of being the generational curse breaker. Some of us have the call of being a trailblazer. Some of us have a call of being the person to create the way. So sometimes you're spending all of this time doing what I taught you on Monday, doing what? Looking for the right person when you are in fact that person. Sometimes we spend years and we spend months trying to figure out who is supposed to be the person to come in and lead, and that person is you, but you don't feel like it's you because of where you are right now. Yeah, you don't feel like it's you because of where you at in your life right now. You look at yourself like you're not qualified because of where you are right now. That's a note for somebody. I need for you to understand that where you are right now is not how you're going to finish. What you're doing and what you're going through right now is not the final stage for you. Where you at right now has absolutely nothing to do with where it is that you're going in life. Can I give another example? Understand that where I'm going and where I'm at right now is two totally different things. And sometimes you disqualify yourself because you're looking at where you at right now in life. I'm waiting on y'all. Double tap on the screen. Yeah, come on, bless me up over here on IG. What'd you say? Yeah, some of y'all disqualify yourself. It ain't even nobody else. Some of you disqualify yourself because you're looking at where you at right now in life. You're looking at what it is that you're going through in life right now. You're looking at yourself and saying that it never happened for people like me. Oh, it don't happen for people like me. You know, I came up in a one-parent home or a no-parent home, baby. I grew up in a group home, honey. You don't know I've been in the streets all my life. You don't know. Well, yeah. No, man, I've been strung out my whole entire life. I've been on the bottle my whole entire life. This right here, this don't happen to people like me. You disqualifying yourself. You already talking yourself out of it before you even get started. Ain't nobody negative talking you like you. Ain't nobody hating on you like you. Ain't nobody discouraging you like how you discourage yourself. That negative internal dialogue. Come on, thank you, Virtue, for that badge. Let me get one more badge over here on IG. Double tap on that screen. Double tap on that screen. Y'all at 420K. Let's go. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Let's go. Come on. And a lot of times it's not other people. A lot of times that it's us. And you have to understand that where you are right now, this is not the end of you. That's not your final destination. That's the note right there. Where I am right now, this is not my final destination. This is not the end of me. And I know that because I keep waking up. I know that because I keep having breath in my body. I know that because I keep having activities of my limbs. I know that the only reason why I'm still here, that I'm still alive and I'm still breathing right now today is because I still got purpose. Because if I wasn't, then I wouldn't be here. We're all created with purpose. Right? My example is this right here. I had to give y'all time to write the note. Let's think about David. Let's think about David. Can we talk about David? Let's talk about David. Thank y'all so much for the badges. I see them coming through. Let's talk about David. David was in the palace, and what David thought that he was in the palace to play music for Saul. Y'all remember that? He thought he was in the palace to do what? He thought he was in the palace to play music for Saul because Saul had bad anxiety. And the only way to be able to calm his anxiety was that David, come on, Lily. Come on, Lily. Yeah, the only way that Saul could relax from his anxiety was when David came in and played music for him, right? He was the musician. They looking at you like you just a musician. They looking at you like you are someone of no importance. David thought he was just there to play music for Saul. He had no idea that he was going to be replacing Saul. Where you are and where you're going is two totally different things. You have got to stop basing your destination on your starting point. Where you start and where you're in, it's not the same thing. Where you start and where you end, it's not going to be the same thing. He went in the palace as a musician. He went in the palace, understand, helping the king deal with anxiety, playing music to relax the king, and ended up replacing him. Because you got to understand what's the lesson in that. God is always going to put you in environments where you can learn. Understand, God, what you say, coach, that the learning experience is you're always going to be put in positions where you can learn. David was put in the palace as a musician, but while he was there, he was also learning the ins and the outs of the palace. He learned how the palace operated because he was in the right room. He got put in the palace, which was in the right room. When he got put in the palace, he learned while being in the palace by simply being a musician in the palace. He learned the rules and the regulations of the palace. He learned the ins and the outs of the palace by being at that lower level inside the palace. You got to get in the room. What you trying to tell me, coach? It's important to be in the room. 2024, you got to be in the room. 2024, you got to get in the room, baby. You got to get in the room. What you say, 2024, you got to get in the room. You got to be in the right room. You got to be in the right room every single time. You got to get in the room. The thing with David was in the right room. Understand that. David was where? He was in the right room. Get in the room. Get in the room. David was in the right room. He was in there as a musician. He did not know that he was going to be replacing Saul. He was there to soothe Saul because he was having anxiety attacks, and that's what he thought that he was there for. But remember when I said that God is not going to give you the full layout. He's going to only give you enough to secure the yes, and then you're going to be placed in rooms that you didn't even know that you was going to rule over. But he could have never ruled if he wasn't in the room. He got the information that he needed because he was in the room. He got the elevation that he needed because he was in the room. Everything that he learned temperance in the room. He learned how to handle himself, humble himself because he was in the right room. You got to get in the room. Understand that. You will always be in those places. He thought he was in there for one reason, but he was in there for something totally different. He was in there for something totally different. So I said that to say to you guys that at the end of the day, you got to make sure that in every environment that you enter, every room that you in, that you're taking full advantage of what's happening inside that room. Because you might think that you're in the room for one thing and you will be in the room for a whole nother reason. You might think that you were just there to play music, that you was just there to serve food, that you was just there to host the event, but you might walk out of that room being more fulfilled than the people that came in that room for the filling. It's about making the effort. It's about pulling out the pen. It's about becoming a student in your life. You got to bring it down some so that you can grow, so that you can heal, so that you can develop in life the way that you truly need to. Right? All right, y'all. So with that being said, man, yeah, we ran over a little bit. Yeah, that was not his plan. Listen, he wasn't planning to go in there to do nothing. He was planning to go in there and drop that music. And God was like, yeah, okay, you think that you going in there to play that music. You think that you about to be in there and just being somebody's little summons boy. Just come over here and play a little music here and there. I'm about to show you bigger and better. Why? Because you got favor. You got favor attached to you. You got favor covering you. You got favor running all over you. You think that I got somebody like you that's as talented as you, as obedient as you are, and you think that all I'm going to do is have you out here just playing music? No. And that's why I tell you guys all the time, you're not put here to survive in life. You're put here to thrive in life. You know what I'm saying? You're put here to thrive in life. Anything that you want, you can have. Understand that anything that you want in life, you can have. You got to take those limits off of yourself. Understand that anything that you want, there's no lack thinking. In 2024, we're operating in that shalom life. Nothing is missing. Nothing is broken. Nothing is lacking. Understand that. Number 6 and 22 talks about favor. If you want to learn more about favor, go to number 6 and 22. It's going to speak more about favor. Come on, double tap on that screen this morning. I'm waiting on y'all to get to 500K. Y'all at 455, 456. Double tap on that screen, man. Thank you guys so much for everybody. I think I need 6 badges on IG for us to reach our goal. We 6 badges away from our goal. Good morning. Good morning. If I blessed your soul this morning, if I motivated you, if I lifted your spirits, if I gave you exactly what you needed this morning, if I switched your perspective this morning, double tap on that screen. Tara say, come on, TikTok, let's go. You know what I'm saying? If I blessed your soul this morning, go ahead and double tap on that screen for me this morning. Go ahead, bless me up on IG, man. IG, we need 6 badges to get our goal. Go ahead, let's reach our goal. Thank you so much, Miss Official, Crystal D. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Lily. I see the flowers coming. Okay, appreciate y'all, man. Man, special shout out, y'all, you know, touching and agreeing over here as well. While everybody is on, let's make sure that we sending prayers up for Lily and her family this morning. Most definitely keeping you covered. You know what I mean? Touching and agreeing with you cyberly. Lily, they want you to drop that scripture again. It was Numbers what? I'm sorry. It's Numbers 6 and 22. 6 and 22. Thank you so much, Tara, for that badge. Thank you, Lynn, for that badge. Double tap on the screen. Yes, ma'am. Double tap, double tap, double tap. We almost there. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. It's this right here. In this year, we're going to get everything that's owed to us. Hello, somebody. Thank you, Tanya Moore. I appreciate you, Pharaoh. I appreciate you. Starting the day and forever. Thank you for that badge. Miss Dark and Lovely. Okay. Appreciate that badge over there, man. Thank y'all so much. Yeah. And that concludes our teaching right there on you got to keep your heart. Thank you, Latoya Lang. Appreciate that badge, man. That concludes our teaching on that. That was the third part of you got to keep your heart. I hope you guys walked away from this and extremely full and now fully understand this. She said you need a TV show. Man, listen, keep speaking it. Keep speaking it. Peach is doing her thing. Appreciate you. I appreciate that badge. Keep speaking it. Man, we going bigger and better this year, man. We going for the gusto this year. Understand that, you know what I'm saying? We ain't leaving nothing on the table, man. We out here, we working, we're pushing nothing but what? With motivation, ministry, inspiration, positivity, healing, and development every single where that we go. That's all that we are focusing on this year. If you're not following my YouTube channel, please make sure you do so. She King Motivational Speaker. She King Motivational Speaker on YouTube. Go and subscribe, man. Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If TikTok, if you're not following my IG, if you're not following my TikTok, make sure you go and do that as well. It's the same handle, Street Poet _1125. If you're not a part of my mental health support group where we break down these things on a regular basis, we have prayer every Tuesday, Thursday, and mental health support group for an hour and a half, which is a private group. Make sure you click that link in my bio where it says Linktree Street. Click that Linktree, stroll down to where it says mental health support group and get signed up for that Patreon. It's a $10 a month for your mental health. $10 for your mental health a month, Dad. Come on now, we can't argue with that. So go ahead over there and get subscribed to that Patreon. And if you have not got your ticket, if you ain't got your ticket yet for the Get in the Room Tour 2024, you're doing yourself a disservice. I'm telling you right now, I need y'all to get in the room. The next one, y'all already know Charlotte is sold completely out. Charlotte is February the 24th. It's sold completely out. March the 30th, we got the tickets up for March the 30th. That's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. The Eventbrite is up and it's running right now. Then you got what? April the 27th. April the 27th, Detroit, y'all showing out right now. Y'all at 70%, right? Y'all at 70% sold out. So if you in Detroit, Michigan, if you in Flint, Michigan, if you in any of that Michigan area, I advise you to go to Get in the Room Tour, Detroit, Eventbrite, slide on over there and go ahead and get your ticket. They at 70% sold out and that event is in April. They are not playing. I'm sorry, they already been sold out of all the vendor slots. We already sold out of the opening speaker slots. The only thing that they got left is general admission. Detroit is not playing. They not playing at all. So I need for y'all to do me a favor. If you have not gotten your ticket for the Get in the Room Tour Detroit, make sure you go and get your tickets expeditiously. May 25th, Chicago. I'm definitely coming to Chicago as soon as we get everything locked in for Chicago, because I like to do 3 events at a time. As soon as we get Chicago locked in, I'm gonna drop the Eventbrite link for Chicago as well. But I want to tell y'all to get in the room. Get in the room. Get in the room, get in the room, get in the room, get in the room. Just like I spoke about David, I'm speaking about this tour. This tour was put on my heart. That you know what I mean? It was, yeah, it's something. This right here, man, I'm putting my all into it. When I say I'm putting my all into it. I'm putting my all into it. I'm telling you that right now. It's not just a conference. It's not another conference. It's just not another woman's conference. It's not just another woman's empowerment event. It's just not another woman link up. This right here is open to everybody. If y'all saw the Philly video, y'all saw men in that room. Understand that, yeah, men in that room with their wives, men in that room with their sons. Understand that all teamed up like, nah, we working on our mental health coach. We love you. We support you. And what you out here doing, man, this is what I've been needing. I needed this information. I needed this change in my life. So yes, bring your sons out, bring your husbands out. This right here, this is not one of those. You're going to walk away full. You're going to walk away full. Detroit, Michigan, April the 27th. Go to the Eventbrite right now. Go grab your tickets. I need you guys to get in the room. I need y'all in the room. I love y'all. Yeah, there you go. Jen say, yeah, my son was the first in Miami. He sure was. Now, Cross pulled up with his mama in Miami. I was like, what's going on? Then I end up out there in Texas, in Waco, Texas. I had another young man. He pulled up and he got him and his mama. His mama said, you won't believe this. And I said, what? She said, this man not only invited me and introduced me to who you were, I didn't know who you was. This is my 23-year-old son. He following you. He drove 3 hours to pick me up, drove 3 hours back just to bring me to this event, for me to hear what it was that you were talking about. Come on now, man. Listen, like it's one of those things. Do not miss out. Get in the room, man. Get in the room. Get in the room. Get in the room. Get in the room. Understand that. Oh yeah. And then the last event we was at, when we was out there in Philly, man, I'm telling you, like, it was crazy. The man, he said, listen, my wife turned me on to you. I wasn't even, you know, she got the whole house. My son is going to be your photographer. He going to be out here. He going to video this whole event. He going to do it all for you right now. Understand that he said she turned me on to you, sending me your videos. And she used to be your biggest fan. But guess what? Now I'm your biggest fan. I watch you every day, even if she ain't watching it. I still tune in. This is a grown man. He talking about, because I love the way you break it down. I love the information that you bring. I love how you put it out there so we can get it. Favor just ain't there. And people love to say men are not concerned about their mental health. Young boys are not concerned about their mental health. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But you just got to be able to be in that position to get on that level where they understand it, to break it down so that they know that this ain't about bashing nobody. This ain't about setting nobody aside. We all want to grow. We all want to heal. This ain't no judgment zone. We ain't finna be sitting up in here bashing you. No, we want us to work together so that we can create healthy homes. Ain't nothing like having healthy homes, 2-parent homes, where it's healthy love, healthy communication, healthy affection being shown. No, that's what we want. We want that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. But I want to tell y'all, I love y'all, man. Every single day that y'all wake up and y'all put 10 toes to the ground, I want y'all to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are, how much you love you, because it's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all keep in mind, I'm going to be on vacation. I'll be on vacation February the 21st through March 4th. So I won't be doing the hour videos, but I will be doing morning walk and worship. So you will see me first thing in the morning. But after that, coach gonna be taking care of herself. And, you know, I guess we can call it a sabbatical. I don't know which I want to call it, but I'm gonna be taking a break to be able to read, to study, to fast, and really replenish myself so that I can make sure that I'm constantly putting out good quality content, right? Good quality content. I don't care about the quantity. I'm talking about quality, information, impact. Right. That's what's important. So I'm going to have those 2 weeks off. I love me some of you. And those of you that are in the Patreon, you guys will still have to report to the Patreon every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys will still have prayer. We are not taking out prayer. You won't. Yep. Your pressure plan going to operate on this on the same schedule. Your pressure plan going to operate on the same schedule. You will still have worship, morning walk and worship every single morning. You will still have prayer every Tuesday, Thursday. We are not taking those off. Why? Because you don't get a vacation or time off for your pressure plan. Your pressure plan has to be, spiritual immune system. And we got to make sure that it's always operating top tier. So you guys that are in the Patreon, y'all still gonna have it. Understand it? Nope, we won't have class on Thursday nights, but you will have prayer. You will have prayer. I announced that in class, Tara. I announced that in class. Look at Heather. Heather talking about no, honey. I announced that in class last night. So that what she trying to tell us? She must have dipped out of class early, y'all. She done told on herself. But I love me some y'all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.